Right now, while you are watching this, your best receptionist is asleep, as she should be. She is a human being. She worked a full day, she went home, and she is resting. That is not a failure. That is a person living a life. But here is the part nobody says out loud. Your phone did not go home. Your phone does not sleep. And the gap between those two facts is where your revenue quietly leaks out every single night. Think about who she actually is, your best one. The receptionist who knows the regulars by voice, who calms the nervous first-timer, who saves the reschedule everyone else would have lost. She is worth every dollar you pay her, and even she, at her absolute best, covers maybe a third of the hours in a week. Nights, gone. Weekends, gone. The lunch hour, gone. The morning she is out sick, gone. 16 hours a day, the best front desk you have ever built simply does not exist. Now line that up against when your patients actually call. Roughly half of the calls that turn into real revenue come in outside business hours. The professional who can only call on her own lunch break. The patient who finally decides at 9 at night. The anxious one on a Saturday morning working up the nerve. Every one of them reaches the same thing, a dark front desk and a voicemail box. And they do not leave a message. They call the practice that answered. So the instinct is to patch the gap, hire a night person, sign up for an answering service. But a night hire doubles your cost, adds another person to train, and still calls in sick. And an answering service just takes a message, and a message is not a booking. A sticky note on Monday morning is not a patient on the calendar. The gap doesn't close. It just gets a slightly nicer voicemail. Here is the reframe. You do not need your best receptionist to stop sleeping. You need a version of her that never has to. That is what Rosey is. She holds your best receptionist's exact standard, answers inside 2 rings, qualifies against your real protocols, reads the live calendar, books the consultation, anchors the deposit, sends the confirmation text at 3 in the morning on a Sunday with the same care she would give a Tuesday at 10. Every action lands in a HIPAA-compliant audit trail. She is a lifelike automation, not a chatbot. She knows your returning patients by their number. And notice what this does. It is not replacement. It is the opposite. Your human receptionist is far too valuable to waste on a graveyard shift. Her gift is the room, the warmth, the regulars, the moments that need a person. Rosey holds the line she physically cannot. The nights, the weekends, the overflow at the morning rush, so your best receptionist can do her best work by day and actually sleep at night. Amplification, not replacement. If automation is replacing your staff, your system was already broken. This doesn't replace her. It gives her a night shift that never gets tired. Because the leak was never that your receptionist isn't good enough. She is. The leak is that one human cannot be awake for a business that never closes. And that is not a hiring problem you can solve with one more person. It is an infrastructure problem you close once. So while everyone is asleep tonight, find out what your practice is actually leaking after dark, not an industry average, your number. And if you run a 7-figure practice, the number leaking after dark is bigger than you think. Request an intake leak audit at thethinkingrobot.com or talk to Rosey at 720-776-1664.